Brett Strong, Internet Skeptic, series titled 60 Seconds or Less, where I utterly destroy the world's top Christian apologists in 60 seconds or less. Up to bat next will be Greg Koukl. He is the founder of STR, Stand Reason. He's a great guy. He allows me and everybody else to call into his show on Sundays. I guess they're moving to Tuesdays now. Call in. He'll debate you live on radio. He's a good guy to test your ideals against. His producer, Melinda Penner, awesome. She's known as the Enforcer. Beautiful person. Spoke to her on the phone a couple of times when I called in. Great person. So Greg Koukl, Melinda Penner, Brett Koukl, employee of Stand Reason, great guy. Sean McDowell, friends of them all, great guy. Great crew. I have nothing but great things to say about Stand Reason. I mean, I got a few bones to pick with them, but overall, great people. This army will be hell. Greg Koukl and hell. Greg Koukl believes in hell. He's a Christian apologist, so basically, obviously, he believes in hell. And he's given several speeches on his Stand Reason radio show about hell. And he believes people are going to hell. There are people going to hell. A whole lot of people Greg Koukl believes is going to hell. Now, before we get started, hell, some people have different ideas of hell. Some people say, well, hell is going to be, you're going to be separated from God in pure darkness. But the traditional way of hell is, you're going to be burning in brimstone forever and ever and ever. So I'm going to go with that one. Greg Koukl believes, or I would say, assumed to believe, but he for a fact believes in hell. But I would assume he would believe that, hey, if you don't have faith in Jesus or accept Jesus or whatever, you're going to go to hell. That means, from that standpoint alone, that Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Princess Diana could all be in hell right now because they didn't have Greg Koukl's standard of faith in Jesus, whether it's faith, acceptance, chosen, whatever you want to call it. Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Princess Diana right now could be in hell, burning forever. You ever see a fireman put out fire, they bring out the hose and the water comes out the end? Can you imagine that being flames coming out? And Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Princess Diana just getting, blasted with flames and burnt to a crisp, and there's somebody in hell to resurrect these burnt victims and burn them again. And burn them again. There's God. Burn the Christian God. Burn them again. Bring them back to life. Burn them again. I mean, this is crazy. That according to Greg Koukl, if you don't have Greg Koukl's type of faith, acceptance, being chosen, whatever he would call it, people like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Princess Diana right now could be in hell right now. If they didn't have that, they would be in hell right now. Being burnt to a crisp again and again and again. Burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. Burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. 1,000 years from now, burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. Burnt to a crisp, resurrect. 1,000,000 years from now, burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. Burnt to a crisp. 1,000,000,000 years from now, burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. Forever and ever and ever. That's insane, folks. That's insane to say, hey, if these people don't have this type of Greg Koukl's faith, acceptance, or being chosen, whatever, they're hellbound, done. But meanwhile, this is how crazy it gets. Meanwhile, people like Hitler, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy could be in heaven right now, sipping pina coladas, singing Margaritaville with the angels. According to Greg Koukl. Yeah, according to Greg Koukl, if at the moment of death you have Greg Koukl a type of faith, acceptance, or being chosen by Jesus, whatever, at the point of death, if you have that, no matter what you did before that, doesn't matter. You're in heaven. You got your ticket punched. So according to Greg Koukl, you could burn people, maim people, kill people, murder people, slaughter people. You can rape people. You can pimp people, prostitute people. And you can do this to 100 people, 1,000 people, millions of people. But at the moment of death, if you got the right faith or acceptance, or you're the chosen one, at the moment of death, got your ticket punched in heaven. That's insane, folks. You know, Greg Koukl, I love you, but man, this hell stuff is outrageous. First of all, hell is hell is an imaginative place. It's in Greg Koukl's head. It's in Kristen's head. It's an imaginative. It's not real. There's no place. It's hell. You can't go, well, there's hell right there, and there's people burning right there. So let me get that straight. Hell, first of all, is fiction. It's fiction. It's a myth. It's legendary. It ain't real. It's just madmen. Thoughts gone wild. Ancient people from ancient people from 2,000 years ago, 3,000, Bronze Age, whatever. There's just people, imaginative thoughts gone mad. Thoughts gone mad. A couple of thousand years ago, people thought about this, wrote it down, and people still today buy into that. And that amazes me, folks, that somebody as smart as Greg Koukl holds a master's degree in philosophy. Smart guy. Old guy's like 62, 72, I don't know. He's got 2 young, beautiful daughters, a beautiful wife. Smart guy, family man. How he could get duped into believing in something like hell. Yeah, if you talk to Greg Koukl, look him in the eye, he will say, yeah, hell is real. This smart, articulate guy, father, husband, duped, totally bamboozled by this foolishness called hell. And it's gotten a lot of people. Talk to Chris and the Pause, they all believe in hell. It's crazy, folks. And it's even crazy when you think about, well, who gets in and who doesn't. And it comes down to, like, some Christians believe, oh, you got to be chosen, predestined. Others like, oh, you got to have faith, you got to accept Jesus. Whatever you want to call it. It's outrageous. The thought of hell is outrageous. And the way you can get in or left out is outrageous. Because according to Greg Koukl, if you don't have the right something, Princess Mother Teresa, Ghana, and Princess Diana right now could be in flames. Remember the analogy, a fire truck putting out water, the hose putting out water. Imagine that being fire. And Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and Princess Diana just standing there before that hose of fire and be burnt to a crisp. And somebody's there, resurrect them, burn them again, and burn them again in 1,000 years. Burn them again, 1,000,000 years for eternity, being burnt to a crisp, resurrected, burnt to a crisp. That's crazy, folks. That's insane. According to John Calvin, one of the top Christians ever, says the walls of hell are lined with souls of unbaptized babies. So according to John Calvin, babies. You ever see cute little adorable babies? So cute. According to John Calvin, unbaptized babies are standing in front of that hose. Make an analogy, but standing in front of that flame-thrown hose and just being burnt over and over to a crisp. What kind of God is a Christian God? I mean, the Christian God is a myth. The Christian God is fiction. But for the sake of argument, what kind of God is this? That would have a newborn baby just because it's not baptized, according to John Calvin, being burnt to a crisp over and over. So there's a whole tens and thousands and millions of babies, if not billions of babies, standing before a flamethrower, burnt to a crisp, resurrected, burnt to a crisp, resurrected. 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, 1,000,000 years from now, a whole nursery of babies just being burnt to a crisp, resurrect them, burn them to a crisp, put them before the flame, blast them, they're burnt to a crisp, resurrect them. This is hell. What kind of Christian God is that would have a nursery full of babies just burnt to a crisp, according to John Calvin? How about John Edwards? You ever listen to John Edwards? In the Hands of Angry God? I mean, this is some diabolical stuff. I mean, you thought Freddy Krueger was diabolical in all these slasher movies. Man, you think about the Christian God and his hell's concept and who makes it, who does. It's crazy. I mean, Hitler ordered the destruction of 6 million Jews. Those Jews were killed in the most violent ways. But according to Greg Koukl, hey, if those Jews didn't have the right kind of faith or acceptance of Jesus wasn't chosen, those Jews not only got tormented and tortured to death, but after death, they get tormented and tortured forever and ever beyond that. So their reward wasn't even death. Because after death, like, hey, you didn't have the right type of acceptance of Jesus. You didn't have the right faith. You wasn't chosen. Now you go forever. Yeah, you just got tortured to death. You, your wife, your kids. Yeah, Hitler and his crew tortured you guys to death, man. Just crushed you guys. Guess what? Afterlife crushed even more. Worse forever and ever and ever. That's crazy. But that's Greg Koukl. If you don't have Greg Koukl type's faith, belief, or being chosen, whatever, that's your lot. Whether if you was a Jew tortured to death by Hitler and his crew, afterwards, that's your lot. If you didn't have the right ticket or the right faith or the right acceptance, you're done. But meanwhile, Hitler, who ordered all this or allowed it, Hitler, he could be in heaven right now, drinking margaritas, singing, hey, Margaritaville. Na, 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 na. That's crazy. But that's Greg Koukl. What about Jeffrey Dahmer? Jeffrey Dahmer was a real-life Hannibal Lecter. I mean, this guy murdered people, and then he cooked some of them, and he ate some of them. Said he had organs in his refrigerator. You know, you go inside your refrigerator to get a hamburger to cook it. He'd go inside of his freezer and get an organ, a human organ, a heart, liver, leg, thigh bone from a woman. But this guy, if he had the right faith, acceptance, or was chosen, whatever, before the point of death, he's in heaven right now. While his victims, the one he ate, the one he murdered, the one he cooked, his victims, if they didn't have the right type of faith, acceptance, or was chosen before the point of death, his victims are in hell. So not only did they get chopped to death and eaten and cannibalized, but their reward, not even death. They're burning forever in heaven. According to Greg Koukl. What about Ted Bundy? Ted Bundy confessed to 30 murders of women. Sometimes it is said that he would have sexual acts with the dead corpses until the corpses decomposed or wild animals ate it, so he couldn't even have sex with the corpses anymore. Said he kept a couple of heads in his apartment as mementos. But if Ted Bundy had Greg Koukl's type faith in Jesus, acceptance of Jesus, or was chosen to be one of the chosen ones to make it to heaven, he got his ticket punched at the point of death, and he's in heaven right now, sipping margaritas with Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer and singing, hey, Margaritaville. But his victims, the women that he killed, the ones he had sex with, their corpses, the ones he chopped their heads off and kept them as mementos, those people got tortured. But yeah, if they didn't get their ticket punched or have the right kind of faith or acceptance, Greg Koukl style, they're burning forever, forever. Flamethrower. Chris, resurrector. Resurrector. 1,000 years from now. Resurrector. That's crazy, folks. That's crazy. That's crazy. But this is Greg Koukl's belief. Wow. So, right now, you could be the best mother, father, brother, sister. You can go feed the hungry. You could give up your life for the sake of others. But if you don't have Greg Koukl type's faith, belief, or wasn't chosen, you're going to hell. I don't care how good of a father you were, mother you were. I don't care how good of a parent you were. I don't care how much you sacrificed for others. I don't care how much you made the world better. I don't care if you went to Calcutta and fed the poor and needy and clothed the naked. It doesn't matter. If you wasn't one of the chosen ones or didn't have the right kind of Greg Koukl's faith, you're done. You're burnt forever. Flamethrower. Chris, resurrector. Chris, 1,000 years from now, 1,000 years from now, billions of years from now, you're just being burnt into a crisp. Resurrect them. What kind of hell is this? What kind of Christian God is this? What kind of... But yet, according to Greg Koukl, man, Once again, you could slaughter people, kill people, maim people, murder people, take another man's wife, rape her, just do the most volatile things to anyone, a human. But yet, if you had the right type of faith, or you were chosen, whatever, Greg Koukl, if you had Greg Koukl's faith, it was acceptance of Jesus, or was a chosen one, you got your ticket punched in heaven. Margaritaville, hey homie, good job. Eternity in heaven later, dude. Wow. Wow. The hell concept is outrageous. I mean, think about it, folks. Not only did John Calvin say, hey, the walls of hell are lined with souls of unbaptized babies, but what about young people, old people with autism? What about mentally handicapped people? What about people with autism, severe autism, or Down syndrome? Well, according to some, hey man, if they didn't have the right type of faith or acceptance of Jesus, or wasn't chosen, regardless of they're autistic and don't have understanding, I don't care if their IQ was 40, IQ was 40, it doesn't matter. These handicapped, mentally handicapped, autism, Down syndrome people, man, these poor people, mentally just, wow, this person, they never had a chance. Well, burnt forever, Chris, flamethrower, many years from now, that autistic person, Down syndrome person, right along with a whole nursery of babies, flamethrower. Wow. This is crazy, folks. But this is the kind of stuff that Christian apologists are selling. This is outrageous. And I love Greg Koukl. Greg Koukl's one day we're going to have shots. We're going to have some beer, party together, laugh. But man, this hell stuff, Greg Koukl, is outrageous. Stop it. Be like pop Christian artists like Third Day, Mercy Me, Hillsong. Sing about love and forgiveness and worship. No hell talk, no judgment talk, no guilt talk, no you're a sinner and God's damning you. No, listen to those songs. Listen to Christian pop music. Talk about love and forgiveness and beautiful times and happy times, being uplifted. That's the part of Christian I love. It's beautiful. But this hell stuff, this is outrageous. That Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and Princess Diana all could be in hell right now, while Hitler, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy can be in heaven right now, drinking margaritas, singing Margaritaville. Like right now, newborn babies, cute babies, nurseries full by the boatload could be in hell right now, be in front of flamethrowers forever and ever and ever. Resurrect those babies. Resurrect them again. Being years from now, resurrect them again. All eternity, resurrect those babies again. I'm done. I'm done. This is Brett Strong. I've said enough. Till next time. Greg Koukl, dismantled utterly in 60 seconds or less. Till next time.